Well, g'day tubes, how's she hanging? Pretty good and stuff here. So today's kind of a sort of rainy day, so I've been kind of working in the house a little bit here. Going through some stuff, some old computer stuff, some old CDs and old floppy disks and stuff that I don't even have a drive for anymore, so I got rid of a bunch of junk there. Mostly like going through cleaning up kind of a day. We still got fair bit of stuff to look through yet, but most of it's pretty much gone. So we got rid of a lot of stuff actually, stuff that won't even run on my operating systems I'm using now, and I don't have the computers now to use them anyway. So, but anyways, I found some pretty cool old things I thought I'd share with you. And got a couple of my old computers here. My very first computer. I still got it for some weird reason. I don't know. But anyways, let's have a look at some of the stuff that I've been through in my computering career, I guess you would call it, or computer time through the years. So let's have a look. Alright, so that is my very first computer I ever bought. Way back, I couldn't even tell you a year now. And there's no hard drive in it or floppy drives or anything in it now. They probably would have been harvested for the next computer kind of thing, you know, and I would have put that drive into the next computer, but this is probably going to go into the heap after. Oh, a friend. Squashed. Sorry, bud. Wow. So this is a good old 486. I've actually got another chip too. I've got two chips for some reason. I must have had another one or got something somewhere in another one at one time. Now I think from what I can remember, this socket would have taken probably another type of a chip too, because it's got extra row of pins around the outside. I can't honestly remember now. But these were really crappy to put in because you kind of just sort of got everything all kind of, you know, lined up, and then you just kind of smushed it in where you can see the pins on these things, you know, they get bent and stuff. But anyways, I'm not going to take that out. I don't know if I can or not. You'd have to probably pry under it. But so yeah, that was a 486 DX2. So was this one, a DX2. That was probably like a, you know, $200, $300, $400 CPU when it was new. But anyways, the way computers went. RAM, there was one bay still open on this thing. I could not even tell you. Maybe some of you computer guys, Brad would probably know from down in Peru computers there, what kind of RAM that was. I don't know. I can't remember. Little cheesy clock battery thing to keep your time going. I think at one time they started using like that little circly thing there, I think was originally, or they started using them afterwards. Pretty small little board in it though, that's it. Power supplies. This is where the hard drives and the bays and stuff were. And these I think were for like a video card or something here. You can see the slots on there. I know they're using PCI Express and stuff now. I can't remember the name of these ones, but anyways, and then, you know, there's other things. And I actually, one time, after these ones came out quite a bit, I built computers actually into the Pentium 2s and stuff, where, you know, we're a long way from Pentium 2s with this kind of technology right now, but I was at a place that I built them for a winter, so it was kind of fun. But had to hook up all these things, the little power cables, all that crap. You had to remember where everything was, and all the little jumpers, where you don't technically really need jumpers and stuff so much now. You know, and then wiring everything with the power supply, and then hooking everything into the, you know, the Deweys. But this was like a desktop model where you would put your monitor on top. Now we're all at these big ones here, right? So, yeah, so that's pretty cool. That's my very first computer. Very first. And I guess, yeah, that's right too. Your hard drives and stuff, I think with those big huge ribbon cables you used to plug into these things here. Slam those in, they're massive, huge, wide. So then I think that's the next, or maybe not exactly the next one that came out, but that was 33 megahertz maybe? I can't even remember now. It's been so long. Another CPU, quite a bit bigger though, right? See, it's quite a bit bigger, so that is your computer central brain right there. And you can see this socket here, where you would line them up and then just push it on. This was what they sort of came out a little bit later on with this thing here. Now I broke the stupid piece that holds this piece down this morning when I was messing with it. But basically this little arm moves. Come on. It kind of moves a little bit. Moves the... So you pull it up like that, put your CPU in, and then you'd lock her down. And that would kind of stay locked, so it was a lot easier to get out. You just unrelease this little arm thing, pick her up, and then the CPU would just fall right out. Now, I don't know what CPU these were for. I know it says sockets free on it, but I can't remember. But these ones don't seem to fit, so maybe, no, they don't seem to be right. That's definitely not right there. From what I can remember, if you look at these CPUs, there's one edge. See, they're all pretty much square cut. This one's got like a little dewey on it, and that went down. Woo! That went down on this side, if I can remember right. See, this one's the same too. It's got that little edge. I think that was pin 1 or something silly. But that doesn't seem to want to go in there. I don't think it's the right one for it. So, I don't know. They seem different in this corner. But anyways, yeah, CPUs. And a little holder dewey, so there's a... remember doing that. And I found some old programs. You guys, some of you real young guys may not know what these are. But these fit into the little disk drive, they call it. We don't even use them now, but... this is my last computer. It doesn't even have a bay for that, so but basically in the little drive, and it would sound really loud and stuff. It was pretty awesome. So the game was big enough it needed 5 discs for Doom 2. So they're, I think, 1.5 megabytes a piece. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 megabyte game, and then it would expand it. You know, this is all compressed on here. So basically what would happen is you'd put that in your drive and it would flip this thing open, and then you can see the little thing where it reads all the data off like the little disk. And this was for... this game would probably run off of this computer-ish. This one maybe not quite so well, but the Lynx 386 would. This was an old golf game I had way back. And it was fun. You know, played many hours. It's really cheesy, but when you look at stuff now. But anyways, moving on. Windows 95 upgrade. That was installed many times because it kept screwing up all the time. But anyways, Carmageddon was a pretty sweet game. You'd get points for hitting people, kind of like Grand Theft Auto sort of thing. But you'd get points, races and stuff. Really probably cheesy now. There you can see some of the awesome graphics from way back then. Doesn't seem to say on here what that whatchamacallits would be for it, for the computer. 1997 anyways. Holy. That was cool. Then I got some of these, you know, 18 Wheels of Steel Across America, Hard Truck Across America, and Convoy. I think there was more than that. That's the only ones I got. And good old Flight Sim 98. Wow. That was the most awesome game ever. And then you crashed. And I found this old RAM chip from what? I don't know. PC 6628 megabyte. Wow. That's pretty awesome. You know, and I got more memory, I guess you would call it, or space. And this thing here, 16 gigabytes. So there you go. There's an old compact flash card. Now these things, they're old now, I guess. This was from my first camera. That's a 8 megabyte. Megabyte, not gigabyte. Megabyte. Very small compared to nowadays. And yeah, that was pretty awesome. That's some of the stuff I'd save just to show you. This This will probably go out. Flight sim will go out. I can't even play these games now, so they're probably not much good. Collector's items, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. I don't need them though. It's garbage to me, so. Doom 2. Might keep it just for fun. I don't have a drive to download off that now. Or to you know, get them off of there, so. Yes, and that was my last computer before the one I'm using now, and it's still good, just the hard drive kind of went crap on it. So, I don't know, I didn't even pull some of the Deweys off, they're still brand new underneath there. And then this other computer here, I don't know, I can't remember when it was from, I don't even think it was one of mine actually. Oh, heavy brute. For some reason I got a bunch of cords. I don't know what they're for, but anyway, so I don't probably need those. So what the heck was this even? I don't even know. Oh, this is a Pentium 2. This is an old Pentium 2 computer. So they went from like a sockety thing to this like... So they kind of went from these Pentiums like this to this cartridge thing. It was freaking massive. If I can remember how to get things out of here. There you go. The old Pentium 2, and it was getting fast enough processors that they were actually making a bit of heat, so they put these great big mother heat sink fans on them, or heat sinks on them to dissipate the heat a bit. And yeah, this definitely wasn't one of mine, because this kind of looks like, well, it's hard to say, but mine, I generally keep mine fairly cleanish, which actually I wanted to do today too, is clean mine out, what I'm using now. But no hard drive, nothing left in this. That's a lot of aluminum there just to dissipate a bit of heat. But anyways, I couldn't say that I really need to keep this thing, so she'll probably go out in the heap. I can figure out how to snap that feller back in, just like that, I suppose. Yep, snapped. And that's got a RAM chip in her too. One only. Actually, you know what? That other one I had here, it might be the brother friend of them. Actually, kind of, well, maybe not. Let's pull this one out and see. This is a lot bigger, yeah. So this is Compact Computer Corporation. Oh, well then. So that's probably... That one's 128. This might be a 64 maybe. Sometimes they tell you, other times they don't. So I don't know. Just leave them in there. All the time I'm at the scrap metal place, and they got a place for these things, and usually a whole bunch of computers. I'm like, oh, I want to bring them home so bad, but really, what do I need an extra computer for? So. Had an idea for a power supply, maybe using that to run a little 12 volt light for my sandblast cabinet. Like, that might work. Might be a good idea. But yeah, so that is a bit of junk that I've found. These ones will probably go out. I might hang on to that one, maybe. I don't know. And this one, yeah, I'll probably harf it out too. It's like I don't really need it, you know. So look at the way they did stuff back then. They just, bolt it right to the frame. Oh boy. Lots of fun. So, I don't know if that's a 200 watt. It must be a 200 watt DC. Yeah. Tiny. I think we're putting like 1,000 watts in now or something crazy. But anyways, yeah, so you just slam these down. And put a couple screws in the back, and away you go. Got a few cobwebs, but anyways, COM1, COM2, wow, that's old. Holy, that's really old. But I don't know, maybe before I fire that one out, I'll see if I can get the... Actually, let's see if we can get it out now. CPU out of it. Just why, I don't know. There, we rescued that CPU. So that's an I-66. Can't remember now if that means 66 megahertz. That's pretty much the exact same CPU. The numbers are a little different. GR3, GR10. But yeah, pretty much the same. And these things never had anything on top of them. They didn't hardly make any heat, right? So nowadays we got frickin' heat sinks that are like half the size of the bloody computer. It's so crazy. But it's kind of a shame to get rid of her, but you know, it's not going to work for me, so I mean, you probably could have her resurrected, but I don't really care about that. So, oh yeah, and I got some of these old video cards. That's a little solar kit Dylan and I are going to build sometime, one of these times. Yeah, remember buying these? Oh man, oh, they got the new one out. It's 256 megabyte of GDDR3 memory on it. It's AGP, that's right, AGP 4 and 8 times. Powered to play Doom 3, barely. Oh boy. And system requirements is all on there. I'm not going to go through all that though. Let's have a look and see. I think it's still in there. Maybe it's not. I can't remember now. Probably is. I probably took it back out again. And if I didn't, then we'll just harp it. No, she must be still on an old computer somewhere I probably already got rid of, so sometimes I usually would have put in like a little receipt or something in this. I don't see it though, so bunch of cables never used. Probably don't even use those ones now, likely. So we'll just harp all that out too. There's a pretty good connector, but everything's HDMI cables now, so so as you can see over there, I used to have stuff pretty much piled to the roof. Not quite, but got rid of 98% of the garbage and stuff I wasn't using. So there's a box there's got some stuff in it from, you know, like when I was a kid. Same with that box. Some of my old Lego stuff. I'm like, well, probably should keep that, you know, whatever. But 98% of it is gone now, so I don't exactly know what to do with all my old tapes and stuff there. I don't use them, so they might as well go somewhere too. But oh, there's a price thingy in this one from Future Scrap. So this is the 95 to 97 Sapphire. Maybe this isn't the one that's this one. I don't even remember now. It's been so long. But I'm sure there was few games played on this old card. As far as I know, it still works. Let's just see what this thing was. So this was for the 1650 Pro. $250 in 2007. Holy crap, eh? Crazy, people. Crazy. So much more cords. I don't remember what was on there for memory. Well, the 1650 had 512 megabyte. Now, what are we running? I'm running a 4 gigabyte card now. I think they've got up to 10 or 12 gigabyte, maybe even bigger than that now. Oh my god. So I don't really need that. But I will keep these little things because they're kind of cool. There's one good thing that old CPUs are good for, and I'll show you that right now. Maybe not my beard, but you can use them for brushing your beard out. Works pretty good. Alright, here's going back to my early YouTube days. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I never actually did use this. I think I got this off of eBay one time. Just, you know, I wanted one that would actually shoot the old tapes, you know, with the old tapes. And I got it, and it works. It did work as long as you had her plugged in, but it came with a battery, and of course the battery was screwed, and I do believe these were the batteries for it. And they're like 10 pounds a piece. But it didn't, the battery didn't work or something. Yeah, that's it. There you slammed her in that way, I think. There you go. Good to go, but the battery never worked, and I got this one. It was supposed to be a replacement for that one, and I think this one's never been used, but it wouldn't fit. See, Panasonic. And then of course they put on here, fits Panasonic VHS camcorders. But it's like twice as long. Uh-oh. So it doesn't lock in, right? So it's not the right one, unfortunately. So you gotta have it lock in the thing back here. So what the heck were these? 12 volt, 2.3 amp hour. Last about 6 minutes probably. So I never did use that one, which sucks, but of course when I ordered this thing it didn't tell you, you know, the size of it. Just fits this thing. I'm like, okay. But it did come with, that's the battery charger. Boy, I'm trying to remember here. Maybe that goes into the camera. Oh yeah, back here. Let's see if the old girl will work. We'll plug her in up here. Oh. Making funny noises. Are you making funny noises? See, and this thing never did charge. Guess that's your charger thing there, so. It's not on yet. Power. Have we got Dewey? Oh, it's working. That's cool. You can't really kind of see that too well, but I think it's working. Eject. Oh, there's still a tape in it. Maybe I was messing with it before. It was just a blank one, I guess. Oh, I thought I'd ejected out the other side. There's a lot of gizmo in there, isn't there? A lot of gizmos. Okay, I'm gonna look through it here, hang on. Well, I feel like some old movie guy, you know, or one of those, you know, side of the road reporter guys. It doesn't seem to want to work though. It's not. I'm not getting anything through the eyepiece. It's lit up, but I don't see anything. So I don't know. She's probably ready for the heat. Might be a cool little thing just to kind of, you know, take it all apart and see what's actually in there. We'll save that for a sweet video someday. A disassembly. Disassembly. So you'd look through there and you'd see, you know, how much tape you got left. But zoom lens, like that's not working. So I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's powered on. It's definitely working there. But why it's not working, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something here. Fader even on it. Nah. No, that's not working. Manual focus. See, that's all I see is that. So I don't know. Maybe we'll tear it apart someday just to you know, I like tearing apart stuff, seeing how the old things worked, and maybe now I'll just pop that tape out of there. Oh, it's doing something. Nope, not doing anything now. Oh, powered off. I don't know. Pop that tape out of there for now, I guess. There's your microphone. Cheesy. Come on, you little rat. Dump it out. Now, if you don't know about these things, it's what we used to put movies on way back. And these are they're pretty cool. Now what happens is this front thing's a cover. If you put it in your DVD, your VHS player or this thing, as soon as it goes in, it pushes on this little button on the side here, and it twink, and it opens up and exposes the tape. So that's where all that's going in there. I don't know. Maybe this one doesn't expand it. It might just read it right from there. But these things, you'd watch a movie and then you'd have to hit the rewind button and it would rewind her from this side back to this side. So it's pretty old technology. But I mean, it's pretty good technology too. There was also a locker thing on it. This little button here. These things wouldn't turn unless you pushed something inside here. I think it's this pin right here. Pushes in on this, twink, and it releases those things, and then they spin. So, I don't know why they figured it needed a lock, so, but I guess so the tape didn't come flying out on you, but there you go. Now we went from this down to, you know, the little SD cards, down to just download it off the internet, basically in a nutshell. So, yeah, but man, I don't know, maybe we'll do a tear this apart one day video thing or something. That'd be kind of sweet. But for now, there we go. Okay, yesterday, killing a bit of time, I got these boards. Well, I've had them forever. These two boards here. And they were actually from, I think it was the sides or something of an old waterbed that had been passed around many times. But anyways, the waterbed's long gone, and I had these boards stored forever. And I thought, hey, you know what? They'd work good for boards for my lowering device thing here, for header boards or whatever. They're fairly thick and strongish, so I'm like, hey, that'd be all right. And the only thing is, they got this dyeing or whatever you call it to it, which is fine, but it's also got this really shiny, smooth stuff on it, which wouldn't be good in like snow and stuff. So I want to rough them up. And I started yesterday, but then my frickin' sander belt thing was not sort of the greatest, and they sort of started to wear out. So I'm like, ah, crap. So I went to Home Depot yesterday. Got a little ticked because this is a 3x24, and I think it's that one I got on there now is a 50 grit. Okay. I wanted coarser because I wanted to just shred this, and actually wouldn't mind a little rough because all these are like, you know, like a little rough, right? It grabs on the snow or whatever good. Of course, they don't make it any coarser than that. So I'm like, really, guys? Really? So this is a 4x24, 36 grit. That's what I wanted, really coarse, so you can tell the difference there, right? But they don't have this in a 3. So I'm like, really, guys? So I might have to either cut it, or it might actually just ride out there all right. I don't know. Oh yeah. Come on now. Okay. I don't know if I like that because it's going to be flopping and hitting my my thing here. So what I might have to do, ow, that's really sharp. Yeah, because this is going to be all right on the bottom, but this thing's going to be flopping and hitting and ripping off the top of my thing here. So I think I'm going to have to try to cut this belt down a little bit. Actually, you know what? Maybe that's why they don't make it for this sander, because it doesn't actually sort of kind of fit there too kind of sort of nice. Let me just try that again. Yeah, it's definitely not good under there. It's all right on the clearance on the front here, but this is definitely a lot lower, so. Darn it, I should have got a 4x24 sander, I guess. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna have to cut 1 inch off of this, I guess, which kind of sucks. But it's definitely doable. So let's go grab a scissors or something and try to cut that stuff. I don't know if it's going to cut too well. Okay, not a very good view for you, I know, but oh crap, my scissors just fell apart. They're sort of meant to do that, I think. Yeah, that's not a very good view because it's really dark, isn't it? Crap, hang on. That's a little more better, but anyways, it's cutting pretty good. Probably hard on the scissors, but honestly, if these things screwed up all of a sudden, I really wouldn't lose much sleep. I don't know, if I had one of those sweet little 1 inch little strip ones, that'd be awesome, but I don't have one of them. So there, now we got a 3 inch belt. Sweet. Now let's see how well this fits on here. That should be a little more better. Because, you know, I want to tear this stuff off really good and leave a pretty good edge. That's better. Okay, I'm going to have to set up some dewies here to work on, and we'll give this thing a shot. This is a freaking awesome. I love these sanders. They're super awesome. Yeah, let me get maybe my my stand dewies, and we'll set the boards on that. All right, I'm all set up here. I'm just not starting quite yet because I gotta wait for somebody to come here. Just to give you a brief story who I'm waiting and why. We've got a small problem in the office, as in basement, as in the resting vessels that are stored in the basement. Small problem, and they're coming to look at it. So I'm kind of waiting until I get started to see them and let them in the building. Yeah, but anyways, just another little update. I didn't film it, I apologize, but I did a jug of maple syrup yesterday, sap to maple syrup, and I'm sorry I didn't record it, but holy friggin' crap, what on earth is going on out here? Get off my monuments, you sick freaks! Look, they're all doing their, I'm the alpha male, like my feathers. And they're all leaving because they opened the door. How puffed out he is, eh? Dude, really? Whatever. But anyways, yeah, so I did a thing yesterday. And sorry I didn't film it. If you want to see how I did it, I did a video of it last year. So I kind of really didn't think it was needing another video on it. But I did one jug here, and what are we at now? I think I'm actually going to shut her off again because it's just way too warm now, and it was like 8 degrees last night, and it's not even dripping hardly at all today. So yeah, I think I'll find some sticks, and well, and I meant to say sticks, and I'll just hammer the sticks back in there. I got to find a stick that's about a 1/2 inch thick and try to get these suckers out again. Might need some pliers. But yeah, so the sugar content will be all screwed now. Now the only way it'll maybe come back is if it gets really cold again and all that comes back down before the buds pop out, which, you know, they're not too great yet, so might be all right. But anyways, yes. So sorry I didn't film that, but we did one jug. Okay, one jug. We got a 500 ml mason jar out of it. So it was good. It was nice and super sweet. Really, it was really good. But now that it's not cold enough through the night, it's gonna mess it up. It'll make the sap go a bit sour flavored, and it won't be very good. So, but anyways, I do apologize again why I didn't film it for you. But if you want to see it, look back last year, and I did a video of it last year. So sweet. Okay, so that's our plug dewey. This is a little bigger than 1/2 inch, so you just had to whittle her down a little bit with my buck knife there, and hopefully that fits. I got one in already, so that one will go in there. Oh, needs a bit more. So you want to leave her a little bit tapered so it'll expand in the hole. And I'm not exactly using the right stick. It should be a dry stick, because then the dry stick will suck up some of that moisture and expand and then close it off. But that should still work. Uh-oh. There. And it'll bleed a little bit. It's not going to be 100% perfect, but it's definitely slowed her up a bit. So you can hear how solid that is. So, and basically what happens is that it fills back over again. But yeah, that will still leak a little bit. It might need another hammer in. We'll see. But eventually it'll bung it off. There's an old one there. It could come off now. That's good. It's all fixed himself. So basically the sugars are, I guess, bung up the hole, and then it starts to grow back over like that one, right? Sweet. Well, maybe after I'm done over there, if I haven't totally lost my guts or, you know, ears deep in dead guy goo, I'll yeah, I'll maybe boil this off. There's not very much. There's only not even a 1/4 jug there, but that'll give me probably about this much syrup, about 100 ml of syrup maybe. So yeah, maybe we'll try that. Just you know, say that I did for you at least, you know. But like, if you want to see the full jug go down and make syrup at the end, it's last year's video. Just this year is not good for sap. Now, anyways, it might be if it cools right off again for about 4 or 5 days, really cold, -0, and then comes back up again. It might come back, but it's probably pretty much done now. So, anyways, after we're all done that over there, I'll hopefully be not feeling sick. And if you know what I mean, and maybe we'll try some of this, and then while that's kind of, after it boils, it foams up real good, and you got to turn this thing way down, all depending on the sugar content of the sap. Then we can just let her sort of sit there and idle while we're out sanding. So that'd be a good idea. Let's do that. Oh, the camera's working good, boys. Look at that. Trespassers. Trespassers. Too bad I got my freaking dumpster in the way, but anyways. Trespassing. Here comes the big scary guy. Oh, he's not so scary now. Nobody's looking. I don't need to fluff my thingies out. Come on, do it before we go off camera. Here comes my scary look. Here goes my bum feathers too, and we'll back in. Wow, that must be a lot of work to flex all those up like that. That's crazy. Do it again before you go off. Here we go. My scary look. I'm all poofed out. And we're almost off screen. That's hilarious. I guess they're crossing the river. Let me friggin' tell you. That's the worst thing I've ever had to do at this job before. Whoa. Oh man. Oh, I don't ever want to have to do that again. He came by himself, so I'm like looking at him, I'm like, you're gonna want me to help you, aren't you? Sure enough, I helped him. I don't want to have to do that ever again. That was pretty freaking nasty, let me tell you. Pretty freaking nasty. Okay, but anyways, just got it in my nose too, eh? But anyways, we double bagged the guy. He was already in a bag, but the stink was still getting out of him. And just gonna turn this down. We double bagged him and then glued his zipper shut. Some spray glue. So we'll get the fire going. Now what I'm doing here is pushing the button to override this thermocoupler. And when this little thing in here warms up, it keeps the valve open for you. Safety thing. So if the flame for some reason happens to blow out, that thermocoupler will cool down and then shut the flame off. So that's good. Actually, I had one of those go the other night in my furnace, or not my furnace, my water heater at home. I had to call the guy to come fix it. Okay, let's just turn that to idle. There's some sugar in there, I can tell by that foam. So that's good. What? I do believe the season is over already. Okay, so we'll get that going. I'll just get her warmed up a little bit first and then I'll juice her. Get her juicing. And we'll let that kind of go for a few minutes here. Pull this out more. Fire. And it won't take long to boil that, but basically our ratio was one of these, which is about, I think they're 18 liters, roughly, maybe 15, 18 liters, whatever that is in gallons, I don't know. We got one of those and it went to one of these, boiled down to that. So it's quite a ratio, which really kind of sucks, but that's the way she works. So we'll just let that warm up a bit. You can already sort of see in the bottom it's got some wavy warm things. Those wavy warm things down there, those things. Not the black burnt on stuff, the wavies. That's the stuff starting to warm up, so I'm gonna crank her now. Really get her smoking. And it won't be long, it'll start bubbling, but then it gets really foamy and you gotta turn it right down real fast. I kind of forgot it a little bit yesterday and it kind of went over my floor a little bit, so I'll sit here and watch until she boils anyways. We already got some bubbleage on the bottom there. Whoop. So it won't be too long. Won't be too long. It's quite a bit of heat thrown at it there, and it's not really a very thick bottom on it, but it works. Pardon me. There's a dead guy in my throat that's freaking driving me nuts. Oh, that was pretty nasty, boys. I don't want to ever have to do that again. That's probably why I'm not a funeral director. I just dig a hole and plant the guy when he's here. And this guy died in November too, so this is like what, March? That's pretty nasty. 4 months ago he's in the basement for about it was early November, so yeah, over 4 kind of nasty. Definitely starting to bubble a little bit more here and there. Boil off some of this water. And we'll be left with a nice syrupy, sticky, sweet stuff. This is not going to end up very much, so that's the downfall. Like, this actually will probably end up burning on the bottom one because there'll be so little of it. Because I started yesterday, did this one, that whole jug filled it up to about here roughly, so I got like 6 inches I don't have sap out. So anyways, we'll try a little bit, see if it works. Just have to really slow her down at the end so it doesn't burn to the bottom. Because they're probably hardly even, well, it's hard to say, they'll probably be hardly enough to even cover the bottom. So it's gonna kind of suck. Like I brought that jar down just to show you the ratio, but if I had half of one of those jars, it'd probably be more than enough space. The ratio's horrible. It is, but it's the way she works. She's probably getting pretty warm now. I see some bubbles starting to jump. Oh yeah. Starting to float. So now doing this is really weird. Once you get it bubbling, boiling, you got to turn it pretty much right down, because if you don't, there's so much sugar content in this stuff. The bubbles will actually form from the sugar and trap in the steam. That's hot. Trap in the steam as it's trying to escape in the bubbles, and it'll actually keep building up and foaming up, and then eventually just go over. So you gotta kind of idle her down a little bit once you get going here. But once she's boiling, we'll go up and sand our things off, and then it's probably only going to take about half an hour to boil this off. It's pretty quick. So this probably isn't exactly the right kind of pot. See the bubbles on the bottom starting to go now a little bit. Starting to get bubbly on the top too, so. Oh, a little bit of steam coming now. Trying to get a good shot of the actual bubbles for you guys. Yeah, now we're starting good. Now we're starting. Things are bubbling. Very soon. Doesn't take long, eh? That thing's full tilt right now, so it's not a very much liquid though, really. And when's our first bloop gonna be, I wonder? Like whoop, and then not really releasing a bubble there. It's bubbling more on the side here. It's probably going to get covered over this foamy stuff on the top. We won't be able to see it. But very momentarily, we'll have a good roll boil going here. Quiet, Crow, you're noisy. Wish I knew what you were talking about. It doesn't smell like really much yet, but after you get it boiling for a bit and it starts to turn that color, then you can start smelling it in the air. Oh, it smells yummy. If you like the smell of maple stuff, yeah, we're gonna get screwed here. Oh, there's the first one come up. I think I seen a big one there. If we could see through the slime, she's really dancing now. Just got this foamy layer on the top, right? You always get that foamy layer of stuff. Oh, there was some. Oh, couple coming now. Here we go. you'll see this foam like kick right up here. There we go. All of a sudden she took off. Now look at the foam. Watch the foam here. To get ready to slow her down a bit. Not crazy, eh? It's all the sugar in there. All the steam is getting caught in the bubbles. You just turn it down a little bit. She'll calm right down again. Blow it on it and get some of the bubbles out of the way. Let her settle down a minute, and then it'll start doing a nice roll off the one side. Usually there she comes over there. And we're making steam. Steam was the best invention man ever made. Well, man never made it, but man utilized it, that's for sure. And I think we should be mostly still using steam today. There's a lot of potential in steam. Pressure, turning things with pressure. Yeah, it doesn't really smell like anything yet. Can you smell? I like this smell better than that last smell I just had. Holy frick, that was nasty. So we'll let her sit there for, I don't know, half an hour or so. That's basically all the gas I need on there just to keep her boiling. It's not very much. See now, if I turn her right up again, it'll start foaming up really fast. So you don't really want that. So turn it right down, and then you save a whole pile on propane. And sit there and boil. No, crap, I didn't bring my ladle down from the house. Man. So we're just going to have to, if we get anything out of this, we're just going to have to pour from the handles, I guess. There we go. That's what I'm after. Okay, so that'll sit there, boil for half an hour or so. We'll come back and check her after our planks are all ripped off there, and see how she's looking. Okay, this should go pretty good now with this kind of a grid on her. Holy. I don't have earplugs, or do I? Yes, I do. I'm going to maybe put them in. This thing's not really loud, but it's enough. So I'm after a roughy kind of texture, hopefully, with this. I might have to do it once and then throw on that little sheet or something. And do it. Look how much cord they give you. That would have been awesome if I left the thing locked on and it took off. Okay, so we're going to start down here, I guess. This is tracking, right? Okay, ready? Whoa. Here we go. That thing really sucks. Okay, so that side's good. That's nice and rough. That's what I wanted. And this side's probably just going to need a little scuffing. Not a whole lot of sanding, but... Okay, I'm not going to worry about the side. It'll maybe look nice. Okay, so that's board one. That works way better. There's board two. Give that a nice sand in here too and clean it all off. Okay, I think that'll do. Now the bag's half full of stuff here by the looks of things. So it kind of collects some of the dust, right? And deposit it in the bag here. So there's all our rippings, we'll say. Kind of nasty, a little dirty. We'll get that cleaned out. We're all good. Alright, I don't think we were quite half an hour there. Yeah, not quite smell it. Yeah, a little hint. You can sort of see it's sort of turned a little bit now. The color's getting a little tinge to it. Not quite so clear, right? It's got that little bit of a brownie color. So that's good. So we're just idling away. We don't need very much speed on. It's hardly any. I don't have any gloves to pull it off now. That's pretty warm. I don't want to get halfway out and then burn and then drop it. So yeah, I don't have very much speed on, but hasn't gone down a whole lot yet. But now I actually got too much speed on. A little less. As long as she's rolling, that's all you need. That'll slowly. Oh yeah, I can smell a little bit in there now. I wish the season was longer. I do want to do some now. But anyways, that's okay. That's all right. Well, do what we can get here. And I want to try to catch the very end for you because it's very quick. It's going like this, like this, like this, and all of a sudden it's uncontrollably kind of foamy coming up, and it's like really, really bubbly. Like these bubbles come up and they break fairly quick. Well, these ones just kind of sit there and they just kind of keep festering and foaming, and you know you're getting close. Some people use that. I think it's a hydrometer thingy or whatever it's called. Tell the sugar content. I just do it by looking at it. I kind of know. And if I had my ladle down here, which I don't, sometimes I'll just take a little test out and just let it cool it down in the thing, and you can tell by how thick it is too. If it's really watery, well, you need a little bit more. If it's thick and it, you know, it's like it takes a bit to run down, then you're getting really darn close, if not there. So I do it by feel, I guess you would say, rather than testing with equipment and stuff, because you know all the thermometers and crap like that. Like I know this is hot. I know it's gonna boil down. I know pretty much the stage when it's ready to go. So a hair bit more heat there. Hair bit more. Anyways, we'll let that boil down. I'll go maybe jump on my phone for a few minutes here and kill a bit of time, and we'll check her again another half hour or so. All right, it's starting to yeah, it's starting to smell a little better. Still got a fair bit to go yet though. Starting to get that color. Let me just turn her down a little bit. Let that bubble settle a bit. Yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot of syrup in there when this is done. But there we go. Another thing you need to watch for too when it's getting close, there won't be any steam, because all the water's pretty much been evaporated out of it. If you've still got water coming, then you need to leave it a little longer. Like steam, I mean, if there's still steam coming, you need to leave her a little longer. But another, I don't know, 20 odd minutes maybe. It's hard to say. Depends how much I turn it up. If I go too much, so it starts to foam, right? So then you're screwed. That's a little bit too much almost. What happens if you put too much on? Watch what happens if you put too much on. It goes crazy. So you don't want it to do that, because now all of a sudden that steam's all escaping, right? It's trying to get out there. It gets all trapped underneath that sugar. It gets all trapped, and then you can't get the steam to escape. So there we go. Now we're escaping again. That's about right there. Smells yummy though. I wish I had some pancakes now. Oh. All right, so we're not far off now. It's hard to show you all that steam still coming out of there, but we're not far off now. Another 10 minutes. You can see the bubbles have kind of sort of changed a little bit. They're sort of bubbling and kind of hanging on a little bit longer. And when we get closer, they'll be hanging on a longer and longer and longer, and it'll just kind of start foaming really weird because most of the water's out of it then. This is the stage. You really got to watch your heat though a lot. Now this is super nice having the propane. Fire, it's a little different because you can't really control the fire a whole lot. But this, you know, that's too hot. Turn it down a bit. Fire, you can't sort of do that too much. Because the closer you're getting here, you got to watch you don't actually burn it. Like you can see on the side of the pot, she kind of burnt a little bit. It was a little bit too hot there, and that liquid in there hit it and then like melted right to it. So we're getting close. Give me a few more minutes yet. Once I see the foaming starting, we'll put you on there. Okay, you're gonna have to look at the leg of my Dewey here because I got you pointing pretty much straight down on the top of the pot here. We're not far off. I'm just gonna keep rolling here and cut the pieces of the video part out here that actually aren't that interesting until it starts going here, but we're getting really close. And hopefully there's enough in here it just doesn't burn like to the bottom of the pot. That's my only worry, is that I don't actually have enough in here to actually finish it. There's still steam coming out, so there's still water in there. You got to try to get as much of that water out as you can, or it will go bad in your jar, even though your jar is sterilized. We're getting pretty close. I got not a whole lot of heat on. I don't need a whole lot now. Should go pretty much from what's in here. A couple more minutes. All of a sudden you'll see the bubbles change here. It's kind of cool. Hopefully you can see. I can see pretty good. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see, but the steam coming up like that. And see how it's changing there a little bit now? All of a sudden it'll just turn to foam. Definitely a change all of a sudden here. Eh? You can see how much more foam staying in it now, because we're getting right down to the last sort of little bit of water. There's still steam coming out, so we still got a little bit to go yet. I like to kind of just pull it off, kind of let it do its thing, and then just I'm hovering it over the heat right now. Still a fair bit of water in it yet, though. Really, still steam coming out, like a lot of steam. So. There's the change right there. See the foamy coming up now? I'm just going to take it off for a sec. That's definitely the big change right there. So I kind of let it do that for a little bit. Get some of the some more of the extra water out. Turn the heat right down. While that's doing that, I'm just going to get my jar open over here. Oh, I'm recording too. Yep. So if you keep going, it'll actually turn it into candy. Which is, it's alright too. If you had fresh snow, which we have none, you could pour that onto some nice fresh snow, and then you get like a nice toffee out of it. Oh, it's getting pretty close. It doesn't Doesn't smell burnt yet, but it's awful close now. Take it off the heat for a second here. Now if I had my ladle with me, I would have taken a little bit of a scoop of this foam here and let it cool right down in the ladle. And yeah, we don't have very much syrup left there. I would have let it cool right down in the ladle, and you can tell by how thick it is when it cools, and that's kind of how I go about it. But I think that's going to be about it right there. That's going to be it. I'm going to turn the heat off now. Whoop, wrong way. And we'll just let that bubble a minute. I'll get you guys set up on the jar here. Okay. Let's go pour as much as we can possibly get out of here. Which unfortunately is going to be about a quarter of a jar here. It really sucks. Now it still looks runny, but it's actually not. Once it cools down, it'll thicken pretty good. And I'm just going to dribble a little bit into the lid here. It looks like I actually went a little bit too far with it. It's hanging and really drippy, so we might get a little bit of candy out of it. Yeah, it's definitely wasting a lot because it's all stuck in the jar or in the pot here, but let go. Oh, come on. It's getting heavy. It's turning candy pretty much, yeah. A little bit too thick. But that's okay, that's alright. If you really wanted to, you could add a bit of water back to it. Mix it all in again. But I'm not too concerned about that. Alright. Let's see how we got. So we had a quarter of that jug. And we pretty much got a quarter of the mason jar here. Oops, sorry. That's all full of air and stuff right now. It'll settle it eventually, but how warm is this stuff? I'm gonna let that sit there and cool for a bit. I gotta go see our lady secretary in the office there, sign some bills and stuff, and we'll see how this is looking when we get back. Okay, I'm back. Let her sit. It's cool now, anyways. Yeah, very lukewarm. So, this looks like I did run this a bit too long, but that's okay. That's alright. Mostly probably because I didn't really have a whole lot in there. So, she's probably pretty thick. Oh yeah. We've got some nice, almost toffee stuff here. And I'm gonna try some. Ready? Here we go. Freaking absolutely beautiful stuff that is. Wow. Oh. Hang on, I need my tripod. Whoa. Holy man, if you don't like maple stuff, I feel bad for you. Because it is freaking amazing. Hook you on there. Ooh. Okay. Wish I had a little bit something better to scoop this stuff with. Kind of looks like the consistency of like glue stuff, you know. Glue stuff. Wow. Oh, this is a sure a treat, this stuff. I never usually... Oh. Man, that is sweet. Oh, I'm saving that for myself. That stuff is good. Nothing like a nice spoonful of that in the morning. Look at how thick this stuff is. It's a little bit warm yet, so it hasn't fully cooled down yet, but this stuff will crystallize a lot on the bottom too. Holy, that's past syrup now. That's almost like a, what would you call it? You'd kind of almost spread that on toast maybe or something, or whatever. It's a little bit too thick, I would say, now for syrup, but it's still a little bit warm there. Not really warm, but yummy. My favorite. Anyways, there's still lots of, looks like candy in the bottom here too. Wish I had a freaking spoon or something. Oh, this stuff's really thick down here. Look at this stuff. It's like almost candy-ish. It's like the same thickness of like honey. I feel really bad for you guys that are sitting here watching this that don't have maple trees, because I tell you, it looks freaking disgusting out of my nose kind of thing, but so freaking good. Oh, so sweet still too. I'm really surprised. Yeah. Going at her again. So that consistency of stuff, you'd spread that out on some fresh snow. Man, that's good. Fresh snow, and the cool hardens it really fast and almost turns into like a toffee, like really gummy, chewy stuff. I like it. But anyways, there's not much left in there. It sucks. But anyways, yeah, okay. So anyways, that's it. Anywho, that's it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed watching the crappy old computer stuff from this morning. I do want to blow my computer out. Pardon me. It's stuck in my throat. That stuff's so good it just won't go down. But anyways, I do want to blow my computer out just before we say g'day here, and we'll show you the inside guts of that thing. The frickin' video card and my computer running now is massive compared to what they used to run, those ones I showed you this morning. So let's head her downstairs and we'll do that. Okay, we're just pumping up a little bit of air over there for this operation. And while we're waiting there, we'll just should have the right tool probably here. I do, but it's not exactly close, but this little screwdriver works pretty good. Multi-purpose screwdriver. You can use it for taking your screws off your computer. You can, do all kinds of stuff with it. Try your maple syrup with it even. That's what I used it there for last. Multi-purpose. Okay, so this cover should just pop off. Pull up out of the way. And then let's have a looky, see what we got here. She's got a couple of cobwebs in her. And it wasn't like a month ago I did this. Holy cow. Stupid spiders, that's what you get for a dampish kind of basement, I guess. And there's the video card there, big huge feller. Normally I take it right out and give it a blast out. Now I've had her out once. No, I'm gonna get the right screwdriver. Okay, I think that's the right one. Get these out, and then I think it locks in somewhere too in the front here. And yes, she sucks up 2 ports or 2 bays in the back here. if it does lock in or not. I think it does. If I can remember. Tab down there, but it doesn't seem to want to unlock. Give me a sec, I'll see if I can figure this out. It's kind of hard to do that when I'm holding the camera in my mouth, so give me 1 sec here, see if I can get her out of here without breaking it. Okay, I think I got her. I don't know why it was so stuck down there. I just couldn't push those little tabs down for some weird reason. Well, that opens her up. That thing's like half the computer right there. So I got a thing of compressed air there. I don't know whether I'm going to blow, like, you know, while you guys are watching, because it's going to be a lot of dust. I don't really want to get all that on the camera. Imagine where it all comes from, eh? There's my solid state drive down there. 240 gigabyte solid state drive. And the secondary drive here. We'll blow the hard drive out here maybe first. Why not the hard drive, the video card out. Now that video card has 4 gig of memory on it. It's the GeForce card, and it actually has provisions for liquid cooling on this one, but I don't have the proper case for liquid cooling, so she's just a fan job, but it runs liquid all through everything, right? And cools her that way, so that's kind of sweet. Okay, now this mess, we'll just go. Probably should have done that outside. Oh well, probably should have done her outside. Oh well. Must have let her go a bit longer than I normally do between cleanings, because it's not the greatest, but it's not too bad. Okay, that's not too bad. Yes, lovely. Loverly. So yeah, I couldn't get this thing unlocked for some reason. It was being really stupid. Let's see if she goes back in alright. Before I slam her home, let's just see if everything's cleaned up where it should be. Looks pretty good. Ah, she's locked. Locked and loaded again. I'll just get these things all stuffed down back where they sort of were. Power cables to something, I guess. Locked down, and we just got to put these screws in. Mm-hmm. 750 watt power supply and a 2 terabyte backup hard drive, 240 gigabyte solid state drive with my OS on it, so it boots up in like 12 seconds. You're ready to rock. It's awesome. And i7, can't remember the numbers, blah blah blah. It's one of the highest ones I could get when I could get her. MSI board, Z97-G43, 32 gigabyte of RAM I think is in there. And yeah, that's it. Computer. Confuser, that's how I say it. Oh, we gotta hook up these or it won't work. Not too sure what this other plug's for, but there's no more spots on that thing, so there we go. Yeah, it'd be, what the heck, this thing's only booting up now, or to melt down or something. And this is a Thermaltake case. What exact model, I don't really know if I could tell you. 100-240 volt AC, no, I don't know what model this one is, but she works. And there we go. All clean, good to go. It's even got little provisions for cables or whatever to come out. Little dewy things. So there we go. Good and clean, ready to rock. We'll throw it back together and go edit a video. Anyways, thanks again for watching, guys. We'll catch you later, and hopefully you enjoyed all that today. And hopefully this thing's running a bit cooler now, and it's not... It wasn't really that dirty, though, surprisingly. A little bit on the computer, but the card itself wasn't too bad, so interesting. But anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good night, and we'll catch you when we catch you.